Hi guys, welcome to your reading. For those that do not know me, I am Tabitha, psychic, medium, healer, and starseed. Okay, this is going to be about a month-long prediction for the zodiac sign Gemini. It is intended for June, but whenever it finds you is when it's meant for you. Okay, so before I get into it, just a quick reminder that if you'd like to book a reading with me, you still can. You can follow me on Instagram, Tabby M Co, or follow me at Tabitha Indigo Child and get a hold of me there. Or you can email me. Everything is linked below, and all the proceeds for readings go to the Bergling Foundation. And this is just a donation. Okay, let's get into it. So, you guys had Archangel Uriel come through for you, which is like the archangel that helps with like intellect, understanding, epiphanies, public speaking, school, insight, writing, all of that kind of stuff. So it's really like intellectuals, what I just heard is what I'm like kind of assisting with this month. And then we also have this like kind of galactic angel that's helping you guys to like expand your consciousness, and like kind of also like open like I don't know, like open you up to like the universe, because somehow for like a lot of you, this has like to do with like your intelligence and like your public speaking, or like if you're supposed to like write about it or like something like that. So this angel is also assisting you and helping you to kind of like expand your consciousness. So you guys had two stones fall out that are like pretty much the exact same. So you guys had Hecate and then Hecate gold. So Hecate is to raise your vibration. I also like to use this crystal to help protect myself against like psychic attacks. It comes from the Star of Orion's belt. It's really good for people that are like currently like overburdened, or if there's like resentment. This also it has a lot of metaphysical properties as well, and it being from the like from Orion, it says that you could also use this at like a UFO landing site and stuff. So they're saying to use this when gravity feels a little extra heavy. And if you need to like launch yourself, raise your vibration, this is a good crystal to use. And then the gold pecatite is to banish away your blahs. So this is for people that it's like if you need a little extra swagger or confidence. They're saying cancers can actually benefit from this. It's if you are like binge watching and you need to kind of reach your highest potential. Something cool about this crystal is it's 28 million years old, and it's found in the Sahara Desert. So anyways, this is also like because it's like a warm, like it's got these beautiful like warmth to it. It will like warm up your life as well and help to banish away those blahs. And then you guys got emeralds, one of my favorite crystals. I consider it the like crystal of partnership. It's to point your heart towards grace. This crystal is about loyalty, friendship, domestic bliss, communication, unconditional love. It's partnership. It's just like it's really, really beautiful. But actually change color if someone is unfaithful in a relationship. I think that's pretty cool. Anyways, yeah, so those are the crystals that you can call upon this month for some healing if you need. Okay, so let's get into it. So I see that you guys are starting the month off here kind of like in your power. You are in your power, but you are just being very like analytical, very logical, methodical about your new cycle, okay? Or even about like your fortune. For someone very specifically about space, I don't know, SpaceX just came through, like the launch. So I don't know like what that's all about. But anyways, so this person is like really laser focused as well on this new beginning or their fortune that's coming in. So you might come off a little cold and detached, but it is because you're like kind of going through your mind, right? And this also represents possibly Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. And then we have here the Wheel of Fortune. So good fortune is coming for you, and things are really starting to move. So they want me to point out like that, like you're like the Sphinx on top of the wheel now, okay? And things are really going to start to turn in your favor. And I think that you guys know that. So you're really kind of like planning in the first week of June, kind of about like your new cycle. Then you guys have happiness here. So this is the sun. It can represent Leo energy or divine masculine, but this is the happiest card in the deck. There's joy, there's happiness here, there's just like contentment as well, okay? And like peace that comes along with this card. Um, yeah, I'm just feeling like I'm seeing like a lot of sunshine. Like that's just like kind of like I just feel like warm and there's like sun and like I don't know, I feel like I'm like looking for my sunglasses. Like I don't know. That could be like a special message for somebody. Um, but you guys are holding on to something, okay? So for some of you, you might be holding on to like your material wealth. For some of you, you might be like holding on to like your possessions. For some of you, very specifically, you could be holding on to like emotions and feelings. Um, you could even possibly be dealing with like a younger person or, even possibly a younger water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But this is just like messages or like emotions. They're kind of young and juvenile, these emotions, but they are like emotions of love, okay? Um, and so somebody like, you may have like, had a breakup with a type of energy like this, or there could be some heartache like associated here that you're not like letting go of as well, right? And I don't know, I'm just picking up on like this could even kind of be you guys a bit, like just being kind of juvenile about like your feelings and your emotions, because maybe you are like always like so closed off and like don't like to really express that. Um, I'm hearing like I just don't really like feel the need to like express my emotions. Then I'm hearing someone else say like, well, I don't know, it's kind of weak. And then someone else just saying, I just really don't care. And like I don't know, there's just like all these different types of like people talking here. But anyways, so like maybe you're a little juvenile with your emotions because like you don't really show them, right? But they are calling for perhaps even like some illumination. There might be like you could get some communication as well, okay? That we're like regarding like I kind of feel like this is more like past heartbreak, but for some of you it could be recent, but there is also just like secrets and like illusions, things like not always being what they seem, like see past that though is like usually the like message with this card. And it is also like divine feminine energy, and it is also like I'm just hearing about like intuition as well. They also want me to point out just now that you have the sun and the moon here in your first week. This can very well represent, like for some people, like a twin flame connection, like divine masculine, divine feminine energy. I just heard frequency as well. But they also want me to like point out that both of these cards about like are about illumination as well. So things are being illuminated for you in the first week there of June. So, um, moving like on into like the second week here, I see you guys being very independent. For some of you, like I said, you could even be like newly single. Maybe yeah, so for some of you, like you could be very single. For some of you, just like very independent, even financially feeling very independent. This person is like solid and stable. They have their own financial worth. They're very single, very independent energy. And then we have the Knight of Swords here. So this is like action. This is like forewarned or forearmed, forewarned, forearmed, said the Knight of Swords. I don't know. Anyways, that could be a specific message for someone, but this when this night comes like kind of like this night goes into action, like they take action, they're very like direct and like to the point, and it could be some sort of like message or communication where like they want you to pay like a closer like attention or like take a closer look. And then you have a lot of strength. So you've gained a lot of strength from this like past relationship or this heartache that was coming up in your first week there. And I'm just seeing like this is like very like strong, like independent, like energy. Like this is like almost want to say like a little harsh. Um, but it is just very like action, to the point, direct, full of power and strength. Okay. And you can also like gain that from whatever it is that you've been through. And like just know that like that like we come here to learn lessons, right? So just really try to like figure out like what did I learn from that. And then you guys have the 3 of coins here. So someone being watched, or like what they're doing. Like I want to hear like their gifts or their talents. But this is usually like somebody being watched for like a project or like in a workplace or just even on the media, on the social media. On social media. And this is like people liking what they're seeing though, or people are liking what you're doing. People like higher ups that are watching you, like they like what they see, and then like this project would be well received by the public. Especially like in the future once it reaches completion. And like you are like almost like the star of this project, okay? They like want me to point that out to you as well. There could very well be like a 3-person group dynamic, or you could be working in a team of like, it's very like threes coming through very strong. I don't know if it's like you manage a group of three or like you're part of this group of three that works on this project, but it's like you guys get kind of like special like attention, or like I don't know, this project's like a big deal, or like this whatever like you're working on or with is a big deal. It is also like collaboration. So somebody might like reach out to you and like want to collaborate with you, but you do have a lot to offer in this project, and you are actually like the star of the project though. It's like the other people are working on it, but like you're the star. So we do have Libra energy here as well. This is also justice. So if you felt someone was being sneaky, it looks like there is going to be justice for that. There's also like there's just like the scales are going to be balanced out. Okay, so I know I am just finding this like deception or like deceptive like sneaky energy here with the 7 of Swords. So traditionally that's like someone kind of like taking something that doesn't belong to them, but I'm just hearing like they're talking about the scales being balanced. They just said equilibrium. They're talking very strongly about Libra energy, like bringing back peace and harmony. Like Lady Justice, like I'm restoring is what I'm hearing. And like this is like also like justice like karmically on like a much bigger scale, okay? Like this is not just like this past year's karma. Like this is like universal. Like this is like lifetimes and lifetimes of karma that's like kind of being restored. Um, so also too, like you could feel like I don't know, I have this Libra and Virgo energy here with this. So like you could feel and an Emperor. So you might this could be a very specific message for someone, but I'm picking up that like these could actually possibly be like these like 3 energies on a team. So I'm picking up on like this Libra, Virgo, and Aries. And it's just like one person like brings a lot of like balance to the team, and like one person brings like a lot of wisdom, and then there's like another person that's like a leader and like brings a lot of like passion and fire, and then it's like you bring the intellect. So that could be just a very specific message for someone. You also like I'm hearing are like being called, or like someone could be like being called to like make a choice, like to like forgive or like to balance the scales even. I don't know if that like makes sense. Okay, so you also might need to like go within to like gain some insight on if you think like people are being secretive. This is the Virgo card here, so this is the Virgo card. This, yes, it does represent Virgo, but I meant to say this is the Hermit card. So this is somebody who like is being guided by a light I just heard, maybe unforeseen. There's a lot of like wisdom here and knowledge. They are also showing me like the Hierophant. And then, which could also be like Taurus energy. But anyway, so back to the Hermit. You might need to like also like take some time like for self-reflection or like to just go within. So that's kind of all happening in the second week, and then moving into the third, it seems like there is conflict. There's conflict. Um, I'm not really exactly sure what this conflict is about, but just know that I've noticed, like, from doing all the zodiacs this month, that conflict seems to be going around. Like, everybody's like dealing with conflict and a lot of towers still. So, um, yeah, so there is like some sort of conflict in the third week, like could even possibly start like towards the end of the second week. And there is like, but there is like, I don't know if like someone cuts through something, but this is like this is like communication. This is clarity. This is like a fresh new start. I'm hearing truth. And then you have this tower card here. So something like unexpected, sudden, a change. This is kind of like a lightning bolt from above, or like the universe maybe even stepping in. But nevertheless, it is kind of destructive because it destroys things that no longer serve you, or like old systems that like need to be crumbled and rebirthed. So it can be a little bit uncomfortable for us because it is like a sudden change. Um, so it's like you have this conflict, and then there's like all of a sudden there's like this truth and communication and clarity along, or like even insight along with this like tower like kind of moment. And then you have like Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, someone who's like kind of defensive, like this person's guarded because they've been wounded, but this person is like very intellectual, like very methodical. This person holds a lot of power. They're really like, they can be really sharp or like good with their words. They like kind of come off a little cold and detached. But they are like a laser focused type of person, and they just have a lot of knowledge. Okay, they like knowledge, they have a lot of information, but they're also like very powerful because like they're not like super trustworthy. I'm not they're not super trusting, I'm hearing as well. So someone could also be very guarded towards like their finances, or towards like a financial foundation that they're like building for themselves, or even just like a foundation in general, just like a foundation. Like, I don't know, I just heard like I'm just seeing a really different types of foundations. Like, I'm seeing like a charitable foundation, like I'm seeing like a foundation like being poured into a house. I'm seeing like a foundation of a project. I'm seeing like a foundation of like land. Like, it's just a lot of like I'm seeing like money. Um so you could also, like, for someone very specifically, you could be like burdened like by your finances. Someone could be burdened by their like, it feels kind of like a lack. Like, I feel like this person feels like they have a lack of like financial stability. And then for someone else, like an investment could be somewhat of a burden for you. Um but yeah, so anyways, so you are feeling kind of like burdened, a little overwhelmed with responsibility. Probably because like there's this conflict, and then there's this tower moment, and people are kind of defensive, but it looks like it actually ends up being profitable for you. But that is like a little bit of a burden. So, for someone very specifically, like you might be offered like a role, or like, and it could be like this leadership role, and then people in turn, like it might like cause a little conflict because like maybe other people wanted that as well, or whatever it may be. So this is your wishes and desires though, coming in, okay? And it looks like your wishes and your desires is actually to be like a leader, to be this powerful emperor, and also be Aries energy. But this is someone who is like, um, this person just like they can command. They're very captivating. They're a good leader. People really look up to this person. They hold a lot of universal wisdom as well. Like I said, they're just they this person acts from the light as well. I'm hearing they just like, I don't know, they want to point out like this like cross as well. This person just has a lot of knowledge. This person has learned to free themselves. This person, they just make a really good leader. They're really passionate and fired up about like the cause or their cause. They would do anything to like defend their party or their group or their following or their employees, whatever it may be. But this person is a leader. For some of you, like you could also kind of like be a little bit upset, like maybe something didn't quite work out with a type of energy like this, or an Aries very specifically. Um, or maybe like you're just even upset because you feel like you haven't stepped into that role yet, and like that is your wishes and desires. Because someone is kind of like upset about things that didn't work out, or like crying over spilled milk is like what this card is referred to. Usually it's depicted with 3 cups spilt over, but there's 2 in the background that the person is like failing to see at the time because they're so engrossed in this mess that has been created in front of them. So they're saying not to get too stuck in that energy. Because like that does kind of like hold people back in a sense. Like it's good to like feel it, but eventually like you're gonna need to like let that go or move on from it. So in the last like or the 4th week of June, like you could have a lot of options. There could be a lot of options. You could just have a lot of ideas within your head. There just could be a little bit of like confusion because there's so much happening. But these like new options are like all like new begin, like you've completed a cycle now. This is the world. You guys have the sun, you have the world, like you guys are stepping into powerful roles. So this is just like it's completion, it's being on top of the world. I'm hearing it's like finally really coming into like your own and like what it is, like just feeling well established as well as what I'm hearing. And then we have this Queen of Wands energy here. So it could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or this is just someone who is very passionate, motivated, fired up. This person is the like with or without you queen. So this person like doesn't like to dilly dally. This person does really well in like the public eye. But yeah, this person is just full of a lot of passion and fire and like success, and like they like people to be successful. So like they'll help people get to where it is that they need to be. This person could also be extremely intuitive. They could be considered like a high priestess, or like people might like go to them for like wisdom or knowledge or advice. I'm hearing you guys also have this high priestess energy. Like so you might have a really good inner knowing about things. You might get like gut feelings, you might get psychic visions, you might be able to use divination tools, but like they are telling you to also like seek your intuition as well. Okay, so then you're kind of like at a crossroads. So um you're at a crossroads, you're feeling powerless in the situation. You're not really sure like what way to go because you feel like you can't see all the like facts. um and this could be because like there's just a lot of like mental entrapment, there's like mental conflict happening. I am kind of feeling like it has to do with also like this just like a lot of options. So you also have the King of Cups here. So this could be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but this person is very intuitive. They could be very romantic, very charming. There's lots of depths and layers to them. They can be very dreamy, poetic, creative, spiritual. This person, yeah, I just hear like they have a lot of love. They have a lot of love. Okay. And then we have like patiently waiting on something. Once again, like feeling at this crossroads, it's like you can't make a move because you're feeling like you don't know which way to go and you're just patiently waiting on something. And I know it could very well be this type of energy. So you're wanting to move out of conflict, and I do see that happening, especially like in matters of love. It seems like you really want to move out of conflict in your love life. So you're wanting to move out of conflict. You could possibly even be like traveling towards the end of June. It could even be like over water, I'm seeing. And this could also like be affecting your love life, I just heard. But here we have the lovers. So this is Gemini energy. We do have like Venus made it like is making its retrograde. So this is going to kind of like affect like our relationships as well. Did I say this also representative of Gemini energy? I don't know if I said that. So for some of you, you may need to make a choice in love, okay? And for some of you, I'm just kind of picking up that like you want to move out of like conflicting times within your love life or relationship. And very specifically for someone like travel could be a little bit of an issue. So you do have the Five of Wands here, which once again is like a little bit of conflict. Um, so you like something to go back to. Okay, so sorry, I forgot to mention this. I believe it's like May or sorry, May. Why do I say that? June 18th. Um we're going to be it's going to be Mercury retrograde, and that's right around the week where you guys are feeling like a little betrayed. This is like right around this betrayal, this clarity, fresh new start, and power moment. So it's in that week, okay, and it's due to happen around the time that financial abundance comes in, and you're feeling kind of burdened. And so just know that there could be like some miscommunications happening during that time. So they did just want me to like remind you guys of that. So yeah, so for some of you, there could be conflict in your love life. There could be conflict in your home. Um, there could be conflict with like a boss or like someone higher up. There could be conflict with like with your spirituality or like with the divine. Just know that like you do have the angels helping you out, but you have like the angels helping you out, but you're also being called forward at this time, okay? This is like an awakening, like an aha moment, and there may need to be some sort of choice. For some of you, it may have to do with starting a family, it might have to do with a home, it might have to do with like a partnership, but this is the Ten of Pentacles. This is usually the happily ever after. This is, everyone's well provided for, there's more than enough to go around, everyone's working in peace and harmony. There's the house, the kids, the dog, the white picket fence. It's the everything. And then you guys have the Hierophant here. So this is can sometimes represent a big organization or institution. It can sometimes represent authority figure or a boss or Taurus energy. It can also represent like someone of a lot of like wisdom and knowledge as well. And it can also represent marriage and a contract. Whew, okay. So you had a lot of angel cards. Oh, and just on a side note, you guys had the Hangman, so there is going to be some sort of epiphany if you are feeling stagnant. I see you guys moving out of that energy. And you had the Magician, so you do have the power to create whatever it is that you want. You have all the tools and the resources. Okay, so you guys got the Twin Flame card from the Angels. It says the answer to your question involves a spiritually based romantic relationship. So for some of you, you may be on a twin flame journey. For some of you, you may just really value like spiritual connections with people. But it does seem like for a lot of you, if you do have a question, this does involve like spiritual based romantic connections. You guys got the Indigo card, so this like reminds me of an indigo child. It says the person you're inquiring about is an indigo, meaning highly sensitive, natural born leader. So it's a really cool card. But indigo children are actually here as well to help like break down old systems and templates and ways of thinking and like all that kind of stuff. So they do kind of like challenge authority a lot. But it's kind of like it's needed because they're trying to like break down and question things that may no longer serve us. Third eye chakra came up. They're saying it's safe for you to see the energy of love in all its forms, such as angels, auras, and visions. So you can really open and activate that third eye. You can listen to frequencies that are, you can look up on YouTube, specifically activated for your third eye. You can talk to the divine. You can connect with them. Blue crystals are going to help with that. So is like something like amethyst. You can actually like put a crystal on your third eye. You can cleanse it, you can close it, you can open it, you can do whatever it is, but do trust what you're seeing and your sights and your vision. Heart chakra, the answer that you seek is on your heart right, there's in your heart right now. Be open to giving and receiving love. So you can also ask Archangel Raphael to help facilitate some healing in your heart chakra. You can also eat like green foods. That's going to help. You can listen to frequencies. You can, what else can you do for your heart chakra? You can use crystals, like all that kind of stuff. So Archangel Michael is going and Raphael are going to help to lift some of your fear-based energies that surround your situation and everyone involved. So they're going to help to vacuum away that fear, anxiety, and depression. And then they're saying manifestation powers. You guys got the magician. Use your spiritual gifts and natural abilities to attract your desired outcome. Okay, so thinking positively is going to help bring things to you, okay? We're always on a high vibration. It's actually staying on that high vibration that is the challenge. So just really make sure that you're keeping your vibration high, you're keeping your thoughts high vibe. Use your gifts to visualize the outcome that you want. So they're telling you guys to stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you the romance it is that you desire. So once again, just like staying, like making sure that those thoughts are high vibration and good programming. Religious factors are an influence in your, okay, sorry, religious factors. Your love life is being influenced by your religious upbringings and spiritual path. They also wanted me to point back out to this twin flame card, okay? So a lot of you might be on a special like path or mission or journey, and this is going to affect your love life, okay? Or like even just the type of things that you believe in. Maybe you need to be matched with someone that also has those type of belief systems. And then last but not least, heart-to-heart conversation. It's time to have a heart-to-heart conversation with others and honestly discuss your feelings and how you truly feel. Okay, well, I hope that that helped you guys. Thank you so much. Happy birthday to a bunch of you. I'm just going to close out with some words from the galactic family and the angels. Once again, thank you so much for letting me tap into your energy. Okay, so from the galactic family, they say no limitations. You are a celestial being with unlimited potential. There is so much for you to share and see. So once again, that like galactic angel is really going to help you guys to expand your consciousness this month. And then from the angels, they're saying your animals and spirit are safe and well and are showering you with their love. So a lot of our animals, like on the other side, can be guides for you. So they do just want me to deliver that message. Okay, guys, I'm sending you so much love, light, and healing. Bye.